Welcome back. You're watching Sonali Othith Football Night, and I have another new guest here now with me, and this is the chairman of Sonali Othith UK. Welcome to the program, Chair.
Thank you.
I'll be also talking with the chair in regards to the District Cup, which he will give us some input. And before we go on to that, I'd like to come to Samad Bhai. In regards to Moli Bajar, I know you are very closely associated with the Moli Bajar, although you are from Sylhet. Would you like to give us some update on the Moli Bajar's team?
Okay, so yes, I'm from Sylhet, but I have a lot of friends, and I was born and brought up with amongst Moli Bajaris, so I'm from Camden. So I have a quite good insight. I hope, I'm not quite sure if Nurul Bhai is the manager this year or not, but they have some really good players, and as Mamun Bhai mentioned, I think they were the finalists on 2 of the Upajila Cups. So I think this year they're going to have a very good team. So
you reckon so?
Yeah, absolutely. And they play quite regularly, most of the players from there.
Yeah, they're a unit, isn't it? I mean, this bunch of players, they've been grown up together, and most of the players from Moli Bajar are in that NW1 area.
That's right,
yeah,
that's right.
So they have a gelness in them, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just it's pulling it all together, and managing them well might be the key. So if Nurul Bhai is out there, I know you're one of the favourites as well.
Okay, thank you. Chair, Jamal, in regards to the District Cup, which I have already told the viewers that it's going to be held in the next Sunday in Stepney Green Astro, 10th of September. It will be a one-day tournament. It's going to start at, the first kickoff will be at 10 o'clock, and it will continue up to 5 o'clock. So in regards to that, would you like to add something to it, please?
Well, I think you covered it. Thank you to the presenter and also the guest here for the Sonali Football Night. I'd like to say to all viewers to come on 10th, which is Stepney Green, like you said, the District Cup, which is 4 districts, Sylhet, Sunamganj, Hobbyganj and Moli Bajar. It will be 11-a-side, and it starts from 10 o'clock. So I'd like to invite everyone to come and see for yourself and watch the great event.
So there's two kind of events there.
Also,
like,
yeah, that's
it's
right.
The 40 plus 11-a-side, and the
also
50
plus, which is 8-a-side.
Yeah.
Which is happening from last year. 50 plus as well. So there will be, I'm hoping to be 4 teams also in 50 plus.
Would you like to tell the viewers that the champions of last year for the 50 plus?
Sylhet.
And the champions of the 11-a-side,
11-a-side, 40 plus was Sunamganj district team.
Okay. Well, you were not here in the earlier segments. We were discussing the favoritism and all that in regard to the 4 districts we have. Who do you think is the favorite this year?
I think it's going to be tough this year. Well, obviously, I think Mamun mentioned it earlier. The holders will be the favorite, have to be. But saying that, I think the other districts are getting stronger, and it will be very competitive this year. So I think Sylhet will be near there about.
You think so? Yes.
I think Sylhet, also Hobbyganj, looking at their Upajila Cup and all this.
I mean, the success of Hobbyganj in the in the Upajila Cup gives us some clue that Hobbyganj as a district will become a stronger team than last year.
Yeah, I think so. I believe so. I think they will be also, one of the favorite. But Moli Bajar also, you can, write them off. Moli Bajar got good players always.
Yeah, as always. Yes,
so,
yes.
It'll be very competitive. I don't think you can really say who can win it this year. It's very tough, very close.
Imrul, since you are here, we'd like the viewers to know that this Imrul Ghazi is the current Sporting Bengal manager. We are very fortunate here today. We have some of the past Sporting Bengal managers. We had Mamun, who has just left us in the earlier segment. He was with us. Mamun Chaudhry, who was managing Sporting before Imrul. Then we have Jamal, the current chair of Sonali Othith, who was also one of the first Sporting Bengal managers. And now we have Imrul Ghazi. I'd like to take this opportunity to tell the viewers of the situation. How is Sporting Bengal doing at the moment, which is a very interesting subject for the Bengali community, because Sporting Bengal was it was first built to see if we can give the best to the Bengali community through this platform. So how are we doing on this level?
We're good. I think we had a bit of a couple of years in the dark. I think the whole purpose, as you say, was to give our community, boys and young adults, the opportunity to play at semi-professional football level. The work that you guys put into set Sporting Bengal up in the first place when it started in 1996 is kind of somewhat went astray. So I think for myself, when I was given the opportunity to manage Sporting Bengal, it was more about trying to give these youngsters from our community, whether it be from the BFA League or the RFL League, whatever, who are good footballers, as long as they have the right attitude, to make sure they give them the opportunity to play at this level. And this is my second season in charge. I've kind of settled and I've got to know the league. I've got non-league football. It's a different game to the Sunday League, and we've at the moment, from game to game, we're averaging about 4 to 5 Bengalis on the pitch, starting 11. And even yesterday, we had the local derby against Tower Hamlets. Although the result didn't go our way, we had 5 Bengalis on the pitch. So that's a plus, that's a positive. And hopefully it just gives more encouragement to those kids that are playing in our East London area, the opportunity to come and play in the FA Cup. We have the FA Vars next Saturday. We're going away to Great Wakering, which is a team that's just been relegated from the Rymans.
Yes.
It's going to be a tough game. But again, we will have 3, 4, 5 Bengali players playing on the pitch against these boys who have been dropped down from the Rymans.
Imrul, do you think, I've realized that the passion, the commitment we used to have in the early days from the Bengali players are not matching up at the moment.
It's not this. It's a different mentality, and I think when we were growing up in the late 70s, 80s, 90s, even football was a different game. Football, like I say, it was very much 11-a-side. There wasn't the small-sided game that there is now, and it was all about physicality. Whereas now, over the last maybe 5 to 10 years or so, it's all become the tiki-taka, Barcelona football. The pretty football, and they don't like to get stuck into And unfortunately, non-league football hasn't really changed much for the last 15. There's a certain way of playing. You play the channels, you play the long ball, and if there's a 50-50 tackle, you make sure you win it.
You got it.
And unfortunately, our players from within our community, I don't think it's changed much up north, but definitely within East London, they got that tiki-taki mentality, and they want to play the Barcelona, the pretty football.
I'm going to come to one of the ex-Sporting Bengal manager, who is the current chair at the moment of Sonali Othith UK. Jamal, what do you think? Why is that passion and commitment we had in the previous players, like the likes of Mujahid, Sana, all those players, Sajjad, Rashid, name it, that anyone you name it, the passion, the commitment was there, like, they were coming training, they want to play, they want to win. Nowadays, I've realized personally that, watching at the current football team of the Sporting Bengal, like the Bengali players are not more like before, are they?
No, not really. I mean, it's not. But I think Imrul covered it a bit. I think, 80s, 90s especially, there was the group of players came through. They were so passionate, playing football. They used to live football throughout. So their passion and hunger, their desire to play and win, it's not there anymore. Could be so many reasons, I can't really point out.
I think,
it's maybe, like he said, the small-sided game also changing a bit, and also he mentioned...
No, small-sided games is for the vets. We're not talking about the vets, we're talking the open age here. Like, can we say, like, listen, in the old days, we did not have this facility. Now we have in our courtroom, like, we can get a Milan Stadium if we want, which we have for my Sporting Bengal. It's a home ground for them. Now, there was a time we didn't even look at Milan Stadium. We were playing in muds. But the passion and the commitment was there, But now, what's going on? How can we bring this passion and commitment back to the current generation? Joshua, would you like to come on to that, please?
I think, obviously, when the Sporting was bought in, you was probably a big part of it as well, I hear. From a lot of people. Yeah. There was a lot of Bangladesh tours, a lot of collective of players used to go in certain places, and then you guys decided, why don't we have an Asian team or Bangladeshi team? From there it has formed. And as I said, a collective of players makes a lot of difference. By the names of Rashid and Sana, by Shujat, by all these people, They were all together at one point. And now, if you look at the players, it's like a unit of 3s, 2s, 1s, and they're not dragging and pulling one another into the game for them all to be excited to go out there and play for one another. If that comes in, a more collective of players, togetherness, I think it will definitely improve much more.
I mean, you know, the lifestyle has also changed. And like in the old days, we used to live in collectively as a family. Now everybody living separate, and the stress and pressure is on the breadwinner is more than before. Like the players I used to manage, Jamal used to manage, you know, like they were living with their parents. At the moment, the trend has changed. You know, not many people are living with their, once they're married, they're living separately, and the pressure starts.
Also, before the player was more committed to the football. They used to leave a lot of things behind, right, to come to the football matches. Nowadays, a lot of players, a lot of activities, a lot of things going on.
The more internet gadgets.
Yeah, also going holidays, stuff like that. In our days, you know, there was less holidays, more in football.
I think you just said it there. General Bhai just said it there, that it's so easy to leave the family at home with the parents and be, you know, happy there, and then you used to go out and do things. And now with the individuals living independently, it's very difficult to get out.
We're going to come back to the District Cup because we're coming to the end of the program. So just before we finish the program, Joshim, finally, the thoughts on District Cup for next Sunday.
Looking forward to it. A year gone by, so easy, and to be honest, we haven't celebrated as much as we wanted to. I think the year went by too fast. Inshallah, let's see what we can do within the next week's tournament, and hope the result comes our way. That's what we can hope for. But inshallah, the tournament should look good. It's been built up.
Jamal, you're the chair of Sonali Othith UK, but I think you are playing in the 50 plus this year. You qualified for the 50 plus, so hopefully. Congratulations. Are you playing?
Yes, I think so. So far.
Just quickly, please. We are coming to the end of the program.
I'd like to, also again to the viewers, supporters, you know, come and enjoy the football on 10th, which is next Sunday, the District Cup on Stepney Green. I'd like to thank, I think the Sunamganj manager is here, so I had to mention, and also to our supporter for this year, Samad Bhai, for District Cup. Thank you, and Imrul also, you know, for the
Imrul, final thoughts for the next Sunday, please, for the District Cup.
Yeah, I think on behalf of everybody at Hobbyganj, I just want to say thank you to you guys for arranging the tournament, and also more importantly, the guys at Hobbyganj, all the players and the management team of I know by Nasir Bhai, as you all know, who's obviously puts a lot of time and energy into it. Nur Islam Bhai, and more importantly, like I say, all the players as well, and Habib Bhai from Birmingham has been very, very instrumental in making it's a long way for these guys to come. Yeah, like I say, over 90% of the players are from up north. So from myself, it's a pleasure to be a part of it, and I'm looking forward to the day. I'm looking forward to meeting more new players and making more friends.
I think on behalf of Sonali Othith, I can say that we salute those players coming from the north, especially, you know, especially for Hobbyganj players, and for coming for Hobbyganj this year. You know, we do really respect these people differently, because look at that, you know, look at the commitment. This is what you need in the.
And they're not even coming the night before. They're literally leaving at 4, 5, 3, 4 in the morning, and and most of them work in restaurants, so they're not actually sleeping to get here. And then all the more reason why it's important that those people that live more locally get here on time, so the tournament starts on time, and it's not a hassle for the guys who've made the effort.
All the best next Sunday, Joshim. All the best next Sunday with Sunamganj. All the best with the Hobbyganj.
Thank you.
Samad Bhai, just you want to say something on Molibajar for the next Sunday's District Cup?
Well, inshallah, they will do very well, and I'd like to thank the Sonali Othith team and the management, the complete management, for having these tournaments and for us to come and see you guys and the teams to perform. So thank you very much, and thank you for having me here today.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming, everybody.
Thank you.
Joshim, thank you. Imrul, thank you.
Welcome.
Viewers, as we have mentioned, that the biggest thing happening this week is the next Sunday's District Cup, which is the Greater Sylhet District Cup. Greater Sylhet has 4 districts, just Sylhet. We have Sunamganj, we have Molibajar, and we have Hobbyganj. They will 10th of September in Stepney Green, Astro, which is next Sunday. And please do come in groups and families and enjoy the event, the day, which will be great, and come and support your teams. And hopefully on the day we will have a great exhibition of teams playing. And like last year, it's going to be a great day of fun and enjoyment. In this unique tournament, we shall be asking NTV to be with us on the day, and hopefully their cameras will be there. We thank NTV for this, their support, which has been ongoing ever since we started all these projects, and we will be in partnership with NTV for the coming projects. So a special thanks to NTV. And before we finish the program, I'd like to say Eid Mubarak to you all again, although it's belated. And inshallah, we will be seeing you in the on Sunday at Stepney Green, AstroTurf. All the best. 10th of September, Stepney Green, AstroTurf. See you next week.